I used to be obsessed with finding the one thing. You know what I mean. The one productivity hack, the one morning routine, the one diet, the one investment that would be the magic bullet for a better life. I tried everything. I organized my tasks, woke up at 5 a.m., journaled, meditated, and all of those things helped. But I always felt like I was treating the symptoms. It was like I was constantly mopping the floor without ever turning off the overflowing sink. Then I stumbled across a dusty old recording from the 1950s by a man named Earl Nightingale. And in it, he revealed what he called the strangest secret. And that secret wasn't a complex system or difficult routine. It was a single, simple habit that became the foundation for everything else. It's the habit of consciously choosing your thoughts. Because, as Nightingale said, the secret is this: we become what we think about. Now, that phrase, we become what we think about, can sound a bit abstract, but Nightingale explained it with an analogy so powerful that it changed the way I see my own mind forever. He said to imagine your mind is a plot of fertile, rich land. This land isn't good or bad. It's neutral. It has one purpose: to grow whatever seed you plant in it. Now you, the farmer, can plant whatever you want. If you plant a corn seed, the land will take that seed, nurture it, and give you back corn in abundance. If you plant a seed of a poisonous berry, like nightshade, the land will grow that just as willingly. It doesn't judge. It simply grows what you plant. Your mind works in exactly the same way. It is the most fertile soil in the universe. But it doesn't care what thoughts, what seeds you plant. If you consistently plant seeds of fear, doubt, and scarcity, if your dominant thoughts are, "I can't do this, I'm not good enough, the world is against me," your mind will diligently grow that reality for you. But if you consistently and deliberately plant seeds of purpose, confidence, and opportunity, if your dominant thoughts are, "I can figure this out, I am capable, there are opportunities everywhere," your mind will work just as hard to make that your reality. The habit, then, isn't just thinking positively. It's the habit of becoming a conscious gardener of your mind. This isn't just a nice metaphor. There's real science behind why this works. In your brainstem, there's a network of neurons called the Reticular Activating System, or the RAS. Think of the RAS as your brain's bouncer or search filter. It's impossible for you to pay attention to the millions of bits of information coming at you every second, so the RAS filters it all and only shows you what it thinks is important to you. Have you ever decided you wanted to buy a specific model of a red car, and then suddenly you start seeing that exact red car everywhere? They were always there, but now that you've told your brain it's important, your RAS is pointing them out to you. When you deliberately focus your thoughts on a single, clear goal, you are programming your RAS. You are telling your brain's bouncer, "Hey, anything related to this goal, any conversation, any opportunity, any resource, that's a VIP. Let it through." This is why people who focus on their goals seem lucky. It's not luck. Their brains are actively filtering reality to show them the path forward. Earl Nightingale had another analogy for this. He said a person with a clear goal is like a ship with a destination. The captain and crew know exactly where they are going, and 9,999 times out of 10,000, they will get there. But a person without a goal is like a ship without a rudder. It is subject to the whims of the wind and the tide, and will ultimately end up adrift and broken on some derelict beach. Your thoughts, focused on a goal, are the rudder for your life. So how did I turn this idea into a daily practice? I followed the simple experiment Nightingale laid out with a few modern twists. First, I chose one powerful seed and set my rudder. Like he suggested, I got an index card and wrote down my single most important goal. Making it clear and specific was crucial. This card became the destination for my ship. Second, I planted it, over and over again. Every morning and every night, I would read the card. This acted as my daily programming session from my brain's RAS. I was telling my inner bouncer, "This is what we're looking for today." Third, and most importantly, I started weeding. This is the daily habit. At first, it was shocking how many weeds of negativity, doubt, and fear were growing automatically. The key wasn't to fight these thoughts. Fighting a thought gives it more energy. Instead, I learned to observe and redirect. When a thought like, "this is too hard and you're going to fail," would pop up, I wouldn't argue. I would just say, "thanks for the input," and then gently redirect my focus back to my goal on the card. It's like a mental martial art, using the energy of the negative thought to pivot back to your purpose. And fourth, I started improving the soil. Your mental garden is deeply affected by its environment. I realized I couldn't plant seeds of opportunity if I was constantly dumping toxic fertilizer on them. So I started curating my inputs. I replaced mindless scrolling with listening to inspiring podcasts. I started reading books that gave me the tools to reach my goals. I spent more time with people who supported my growth and less time with those who fed my doubts. Your thoughts are a direct reflection of what you consume. This habit didn't bring overnight magic. What it brought was a profound shift in focus and confidence. The sink wasn't overflowing anymore because I was managing the source, my own thinking. And you can prove this to yourself. Earl Nightingale proposed a 30-day test, and I want to offer it to you right now as a challenge. Get a card. Write down your single, most important goal. Make it clear and positive. This is your rudder. Look at this card every morning and every night. Read it, feel it. This programs your internal GPS. For 30 days, consciously weed your mind. When a fear or doubt enters your head, don't fight it. Acknowledge it and then gently redirect your focus to the powerful, positive image of your completed goal. Improve your soil. For 30 days, make a conscious effort to consume at least one positive piece of content each day that aligns with your goal. That's it. For 30 days, take control of the seeds you allow into the garden of your mind. The quality of your life is not determined by your circumstances. It is determined by the thoughts you consistently hold in your mind. All the productivity hacks and morning routines in the world are just tools for the farmer. But the real work, the most important work, is choosing the seeds. This one habit, the daily conscious cultivation of your thoughts, is the foundation upon which all other success is built. Because you are the farmer of your own mind, and what you plant, you will inevitably grow. So, my question to you is, what are you planting today?